Cheers. Hi, I'm Jarvis, and reality TV has jumped the shark. Today we're talking about one of the most strangely popular shows on television, The Bachelor. I feel like every new season of The Bachelor is an event, and a lot of my friends are talking about it, a lot of my coworkers, and usually I just tune it out, but this year I decided to finally take a ride on the hype train. Despite the fact that it's everywhere, I've never actually watched an episode of The Bachelor, but I've seen a bunch of reality TV, so how different could it be? Well, it's definitely worse than I thought, but let's be honest, I'm really only making this video so that I have someone to talk to about The Bachelor, so go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jarvis, please. For those not familiar, The Bachelor is a marriage program where 30 random suitors are picked by television producers to be married to an unemployed man with a handful of roses and a dream. And because no one really wants to get married to someone they've known for the 9 weeks it takes to shoot a season, the show just becomes about getting a bunch of Instagram followers. I read an article that says that the last Bachelorette spent max 60 hours with the person she ended up proposing to. So my read is that winning The Bachelor is like losing, because if you do really well, there's also a chance that you'll star in the next season of The Bachelorette, which is the same show with the roles reversed. Or Bachelor in Paradise, which is a spin-off show with former Bachelor and Bachelorette contestants where they try to leave their wounded hearts behind as they take another shot at finding love. It's just about fucking. The show has gone on for 23 seasons, which is entirely too long, and stars a man named Colton, who looks like if Roy from The Office had a Chris Pratt glow up. As for what Colton does that makes him so appealing, he's described as an ex-NFL player.
I made it to the NFL.
Which, when I looked into it, is technically true, but he didn't really play in games. And his other main attribute is that he's a virgin, and they won't stop talking about it.
I have not dated a virgin since I was 12.
I am a virgin. I am the first virgin bachelor.
You could lose your virginity this week.
Now, I'm no stranger to reality TV, which is an oxymoron. I grew up on The Real World, which eventually led me to the pantheon of reality TV shows, including but not limited to Flavor of Love. And it's crazy to me that a show starring a man like this is weirder than a show where 20 women compete for the love of a retired 50-year-old rapper who wears a clock around his neck. But I digress. Now I just watched Terrace House.
いや本当に怖い。ちっちゃ。おう。
I'm sure that Colton is like a three-dimensional person, but on The Bachelor, he's been distilled into hot plus football plus virgin. And the contestants are also distilled into one dimension, like beauty queen or hot Latina from Miami.
Hola, me llamo Nicole y bienvenido a Miami.
Or girl who faked an Australian accent.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You got a nice accent. Where are you from?
The accent is Australian. I was hoping that you're kind of a sucker for accents.
I'm not really Australian, but you have to do what you can to stand out.
What? And I use the term contestants to remind you that this is a contest where you win a marriage. You know, like the Middle Ages. I watched the 3-hour premiere of The Bachelor this weekend. Which takes place inside of a watch party for itself.
Excited Bachelor fans are headed into the biggest viewing party in Bachelor history. Everybody is here to see what will happen on Colton's dramatic journey, and whether he just might lose something along the way.
Like his coat, or maybe his wallet. Maybe he loses his wallet. Maybe he loses his cool. Oh, his virginity? Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna spend too much time on the live show element, but it's mostly people talking about how hot Colton is.
I'm excited for him, and I think he's hot.
And weirdly, a bunch of couples getting engaged, and then they introduce a few of the girls based on their one dimension, and it's very uncomfortable.
I'm not a virgin, but sex is a big deal, so Colton's the Bachelor and that he's a virgin is super appealing to me.
It's super appealing that he's a virgin. Whether or not this guy is a virgin is none of my business, but for that to be like an appealing aspect is a little bit weird.
Colton, I hope you're ready for Alabama Hannah, because Alabama Hannah is ready for you.
Little does she know that she is not the only person from Alabama named Hannah on this season of The Bachelor.
Hi, my name's Katie. I'm 26 years old and I'm from the East Coast. I came to LA because I wanted to dance. I love dancing, and
I'm sure that she's a great dancer, but the way that this is edited makes it look like a local news story. This local dancer is helping senior citizens pick up their dancing feet.
Hi, I'm
I'm Demi Burnett. I'm 23 years old, and I'm hot dogging for Colton. Vroom, vroom.
Vroom, vroom. So quirky.
My friends and family would describe me as super bubbly and outgoing, a little sassy, country girl. I don't mind getting my hands dirty and having fun. I've never had a serious relationship.
That escalated quickly.
My mom, she had to go to federal prison.
What is happening?
She's there because of embezzlement.
I mean, she does have the most badass backstory.
I'm Colton Underwood. I'm 26, and I never expected to be the next Bachelor.
He was on the last season of The Bachelorette.
Colton, I'm sorry. Take a moment, say your goodbyes.
I don't know why he keeps treating it like he didn't try to become the Bachelor.
What's it like being announced the Bachelor?
For me, it was a little bit unexpected, but it was something that I was so grateful for.
It's not like Hagrid came up to his door and was like, "You're the Bachelor, Colton." Now it's time for Colton to meet the girls, all 30 of them, one by one. I guess there's so many of the girls that they have to do something extremely cringy to be remembered.
So, I have not dated a virgin since I was 12.
What a strange thing to say.
I am so nervous right now.
It's okay, I am too.
So many butterflies. No, I literally have butterflies.
Nice.
This is for you.
Oh, thank you.
Now that I've popped your cherry, we don't need to talk about virginity anymore.
Yeah, no.
Despite her best efforts, they do continue to talk about virginity. I'm sure until the end of the season, because that's like the main plot point. It didn't even look like a cherry. It was like a strawberry at best. Also, that is the most violent metaphor for popping a cherry I've ever seen. And then there's my personal favorite.
It's a sloth.
Yes, this girl is in character as a sloth for the whole episode, and it's amazing.
Hi.
How's it going?
Colton.
Oh my god, what is happening?
I heard you take things slow.
Oh, she's a sloth because she likes to take things slow. You know, because Colton's a virgin. I guess, like, as long as you make a memorable first impression, it doesn't matter if it's, like, extremely weird.
What do you got here?
My last name is McNutt.
McNutt?
Yes.
I love
So all
a
my
good
friends
nut.
call me, Nutty. So just remember me
Yeah,
with this,
of course.
Nut.
My name's McNutt, so remember me with these nuts. These nuts.
The accent is Australian. I was hoping that you're kind of a sucker for accents.
I'm not really Australian, but you have to do what you can to stand out.
What? Oh, the accent? It's Australian. Me? I'm a liar. It's like a reverse Iggy Azalea. Anyway, let's get back to the show. So because nothing interesting actually happens in the show, they're forced to manufacture drama and conflict with like clever editing and with having all the contestants overreact to basically every situation. The most mundane and normal of situations get turned into like dramatic plot points in The Bachelor.
Oh, they're wearing the same dress. I think I was looking at that same dress online, and I almost bought it. Thank God I didn't.
Oh God, can you imagine if I also was wearing that dress? I can't.
Who do you think is going to be the first person to grab him?
Oh my god.
Do you think the sloth is going to take her time?
Oh my god, I'm not on sloth time.
The sloth is just still in the costume.
He's definitely hot on TV, but in person, so hot. I was just like, your face is so good.
This is definitely like arranged by the producers, right? Like the producer came over and was like, hey, talk about how hot Colton is. Like that would be such a boring topic of discussion. Also, people are pretending that they've like never seen the show before.
There is a ton of people.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing.
I'm very hopeful that standing in this room tonight is my wife. And that's so exciting to even say.
This is so weird. I bet like no Bachelor is with the girl who won the show. Okay, so it turns out that there's exactly one, but he went on to star in Worst Cooks in America, Celebrity Edition 3. So, pretty big deal. Then the Bachelor meets the girls for what must be the most boring first dates of all time.
So tell me a little bit about you. I don't really know much. Like, where are you from?
I'm from Colorado. I grew up, I have a great family, awesome dogs.
Oh, you got dogs?
Oh yeah,
So boring.
This is a lot for you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do you remember my name?
I feel bad for this guy. Do you remember my name? What? You don't? You don't remember all 30 names of the people you met an hour ago? No wonder you're a virgin.
No, help me out.
The nuts.
This is the girl who introduced herself by giving him a bag of nuts to remember her by, which I think she's just now realizing is a terrible mnemonic because it doesn't help with anything other than the nut aspect of her name.
Oh, McNutt.
McNutt, yes.
That's not your name.
McNutt, yes.
Your name.
I know.
That's your last name.
But like, I am McNutt.
I am McNutt.
But
Yes.
yeah, Erica.
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 Erica McNutt.
Erica McNutt, yeah. See, the nuts worked.
No, they didn't. You just reminded him of your full name.
Well, my heart's like beating out of my chest. And I'm not
Give me a hand. So here's
okay.
what me and my mom do when we're
Oh,
nervous
okay.
or anything.
Okay.
We take 3 deep breaths. You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 3.
Okay.
Is your heart being a little slower? Like,
Actually, yes. I swear, it actually is.
Yes. Oh my God. What did you do? My heartbeat is slowing down. Am I about to die? Are you a witch?
I'll leave that there.
The first impression rose goes down on the table, and I can just feel the mood in the room getting more and more intense.
One of the few rules of this very loosely defined competition is the first impression rose. Now, it's a big deal because if the Bachelor gives a girl the first impression rose, it doesn't matter whatsoever.
Well, that puts the pressure on, that's for sure.
It's about to get real serious.
Oh, it's real serious now. Now, things have been a little too easy for the girls thus far. So, it's about time for the episode's biggest conflict. The fact that a girl is talking to Colton too much. This girl is obviously supposed to be the villain of the episode because she brought a dog. She keeps shitting on everybody in confessional.
I personally don't feel like there's competition. These girls, they're just like beautiful statues. There's not much substance to them.
And dramatic music plays every time she's on screen.
Do you mind if I interrupt?
Sure.
It seems like at any point one of these girls can just interrupt with the conversation that the Bachelor's having with another girl and be like, "Can I steal you for a minute? It's my turn now."
I've never had to fight for somebody's attention before, but I think this is our moment to like connect and ideally fall in love.
Yeah, you and everybody else here. Are there rules around this? Like, what's stopping her from just interrupting literally every conversation that he's having when she doesn't get what she wants? I guess it would be really annoying and you would get kicked off the show, or you would become famous for being a villain who's really pining after that unemployed guy.
Have you had a good night? Did you have a good talk with him?
Catherine couldn't.
She's home again.
Yeah.
Catherine's big move is to talk to Colton not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. 4 times. She talks to him 4 times, and people are really upset about it.
Catherine interrupted you?
I walked away and he said 4th time's the charm.
4 times?
That's unheard of.
That's unheard of. I want that girl to react to like everything. The Dow dropped by 200 points? That's unheard of.
Sorry to break up the party, but it is that time. About time for our first rose ceremony.
Now, nearly 2.5 hours in, it's time for the rose ceremony. The rose ceremony is the famous segment of The Bachelor where the Bachelor is like, girlfriend, or please take this rose and continue to live in my sex mansion.
You all look so beautiful.
Thank you.
It's at this point that all the girls that we forgot about from the beginning of the episode get really upset because not only were they edited out of the episode, but they're probably going home.
I don't feel like I really got the time that I needed.
I have no idea who this is.
Bree, will you accept this rose?
Of course.
I totally forgot about Accent Girl. She wasn't in the episode at all. This clip went super viral on Twitter, and it's a prime example of how The Bachelor is able to drum up attention and intrigue about absolutely nothing. And she doesn't have her accent anymore, so it must not have been that interesting. All right, last rose. Who's it gonna go to? Catherine hasn't been chosen, so this would be the moment to do the dramatic thing and give Catherine the rose.
Catherine, will you accept this rose?
Yes.
Catherine, will you accept this rose and keep stirring up shit? I don't actually like you, but the producers do, so it's good for the show.
Thank you so much. Good luck. Have a great time.
Thank you. You too.
It's hard when you know that you...
It's morning? How long have they been shooting for?
To all of you lovely ladies.
Let's celebrate the fact that these people are gone. They do exit interviews with the girls who are going home, which end up being the most like fucked up part about the show.
It's hard. Like, it's hard to get rejected.
Guys, welcome home.
That's so messed up. They're just having a party in the background while she's like crying. So now the episode is over, but they need to tease the whole season. So they put together this teaser trailer full of like vague one-liners that could be about anything.
This information changes everything.
And a loose narrative that makes you think something is going to happen that almost certainly doesn't happen.
I'm scared. I'm done.
Holy.
Oh my God! They really try to make jumping over that fence look really dramatic and dangerous for a pro athlete. So the show is really interesting to me because it seems like no one really enjoys the show itself. They enjoy taking part in the spectacle of like the train wreck. And the show itself is like very, very self-aware and kind of leans in to the like fake reality show element. From what I understand, the producers like arrange conversations to happen, which is why everybody's like talking about Colton all the time when they cut away. And then there's like reshoots where they like on a completely separate day dress somebody up in the same like hair and makeup and wardrobe and pretend it's from the same day. And then there's like the editing where they'll like take reaction shots and apply them to different situations creatively or add overlay sounds that, you know, don't make sense in that context, just to introduce more drama and like lead the viewer through this like storyline. And everybody's like okay with that. They like expect it. It seems like people are like metagaming The Bachelor, like they're acting like villains because they know that will get them more screen time and ultimately just trying to like grow their own personal brand. There's a very active fan community, and like in San Francisco, there's like bars that screen the show and people like come and watch it together. Someone on the subreddit made an interactive like data visualization of the growth rate of people's like social media followings. Because you know the end game here is to advertise some sort of like appetite suppressant lollipop or something. Overall, I think the show is actually pretty interesting, even though it's a total dumpster fire. If you want to join me in the Schadenfreude, definitely follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jarvis. Thanks to Edem Avdigic, Valencialiage, Teresa, Maya Maldonado, and Francisco Lica. I have no idea if I'm saying those right. Well, I messed up the last one on purpose. If you want me to butcher your name, send me a message on Instagram or Twitter, or subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment, anything you want, really. I did a few this time because I've been gone for a while, so thanks for welcoming me back, I hope. I'm gonna go now on Nietzsche.